Welcome to My Life on Coasters, where in today's video I'm going to be discussing every single UK theme park that's open from today. Now at the time of filming this, it's not actually Saturday the 10th, but at the time you're seeing this it should be. Now I've done quite a lot of research to find all of the UK theme parks that are going to be open from this Saturday, mostly through until they start their main season. Now there's actually quite a lot. We go from January having absolutely nothing to February to having, I'd say, about 50% of our parks open here in the UK. At the end of this, I am going to touch on a few European parks, like I'll name them at the end. So let's get straight into it with Flamingo Land. Now, Flamingo Land isn't a full park offering, but it does open from Saturday the 10th of February. And now admission for this event is £19.50, which I don't think is bad at all. Right, there we go. That didn't take too long now. I did eventually find the page. You've got the full zoo open, several rides for younger children. I think that's just stuff like Muddy Duck Farm, that sort of stuff. Oh, that's Muddy Duck Farm, like the tractor ride and stuff. You've got the Dino Stone Park, which has got the spinning coaster. Children's Planet, I think that's got a few rides, and Awesome Adventure Playground, and then the main attraction is Mumbo Jumbo. It's great actually to see we've got a full thrill coaster open for winter. I think it's going to be our only one open in February half term, so that's good to see that Mumbo Jumbo will be open. Now next is actually 3 different theme parks, and these are Gulliver's Parks. Now you might want to skip the next part of the video if you are haven't got kids with you or someone under the age of 16, because Gulliver's, you do need a child to visit their parks. But if you have, here are some of their parks. Firstly, the page I'm on, it's Gulliver's Warrington. Now, Gulliver's Warrington is not actually a park I've visited yet. It's definitely high up on my list of parks to visit. Now, they've got quite a few good rides. They've got a wooden coaster, a couple of coaster credits. There's like a swinging pendulum ride. There's all sorts here at Gulliver's. They're open from the 10th, and tickets are from £15. So, again, that is a bargain. As for what's open at the park, I'm not too sure. I believe it's most stuff, but there you go. There's a quick look at Antelope, which is the wooden coaster. Now, as well as that, you've got Gulliver's Land Milton Keynes, I believe, is open for the February half term. So here on the Gulliver's website, you can see the opening dates, and again, £15. Now, I don't think, actually, I know that Gulliver's Matlock Bath isn't open until March, so that one won't be open. But, Gulliver's Milton Keynes and Warrington, and then the other one is Gulliver's Valley. I think that's open as well. So Gulliver's Rother Valley opens from the 10th as well. So for the Gulliver's theme park, they're open from Saturday the 10th, and tickets are from £15. They all will be running on a selected ride offering, though, because of the, discounted price. That's Gulliver's. As I say, you do need a child under 16 to visit their parks. Now, next is the Alton Towers Resort. Now, there's not much open for this event, but it is still open. It's like a pirate takeover event. It does actually look quite good. Here is the page then about the pirate takeover. It looks that Alton Towers have put quite a lot into this event, because as we can see, there's loads of new stuff on here. There's actually a bit of a new ride experience, or it's a ride that they've changed into a winter experience. Battle Galleons, which is like the, I can't think what they're called. Anyway, it's a ride where you squirt water guns to get other people wet. Basically, they've turned all the water guns off, and it's going to be its own like experience. I'm not too sure what that's going to entail, but I'm sure there'll be more on that later. There's some more entertainment and stuff. You've got the Sea Life Centre. The entirety of CBeebies Land and Mutiny Bay is open for that event. As for tickets, if you're a Merlin Annual Pass holder, it's free entry, unless it's a greyed out date for your pass. And tickets are, again, £15. So most of the stuff, 4 of the parks I've looked at already, cost £15 to get into. So if you want to visit some of these parks and you don't want to go on bigger rides, it's a great time to, really, because you can get in for like £15. With Alton Towers, if you only want to go in and do the family rides, you can do most of them. So that's a great thing. Now, Drayton Manor, they are opening a selected ride offering. There isn't loads here. The event is called Dinosaur Breakout. I think they did this event last year. It runs from the 10th to the 20th of February, so not long to get to this event. It's probably one of the shortest running. You can do overnight stuff, but yeah, here is what's open. You got all the Thomasland rides, or most of them, even the log flume is. If I click through here, you can see some of the stuff that's open. Yeah, I believe Accelerator's open. I'll just check it's on this list, but I'm sure I did see it somewhere. Yeah, so I've actually just checked the frequently asked questions page on Drayton Manor's website. Yeah, and I believed a few weeks ago that Accelerator was on the February half-term list, but I've just checked back now, and it's actually on the list of rides that's going to be closed. So just to be clear on that, Drayton Manor is open with a selection of rides, and the Thomasland rides for February half-term. Accelerator will not be available. And tickets, I'll just show you how much they are. They are from £23 for that event, which, to be fair, is quite a lot if it's just Thomasland and a couple of other bits. On to another one, which is the Legoland Windsor Resort. Now, this is the only park, I say, that's got a pretty much full ride offering for February half-term. Legoland Windsor, it operates 12 months of the year, and the only time it really shuts for a long period of time is a couple of weeks in November and most of January. It's about four and a half weeks in January it's closed for. Yeah, Legoland Windsor, it's open with most stuff other than the water rides. So if I show you what is closed at Legoland Windsor: Hydra's Challenge, Aero Nomad, Pirate Falls, Drench Towers, which is like the water park, Sky Rider, Fire Academy, the shows Deep Sea Adventure and Viking River Splash are all closed. As for ticket costs, this is probably the most expensive park, or one of them. Tickets are from £35 if you're not a Merlin annual pass holder. Now, next on the list, it's Paultons Park, which is a quite an expensive park to visit. I visited last February half-term for the opening day, which, well, is nearly exactly a year ago now. Yeah, it is quite an expensive park, but I definitely recommend a visit. It's great. It's got all of its rides open except for like 2 or 3. So yeah, if I click onto the sort of ticket booking page, you can see here Saturday the 10th of February. You can click on here and see what's open. It's the Log Flume, Edge, Muddy Puddles and Water Kingdom that are closed. Now, really, these two I won't class as rides because they're like water park sort of attractions. Obviously, the Log Flume's a water ride, so the only sort of ride you'd expect to be open that's closed is Edge. But yeah, that should be open from April or May, I believe. So that's Paultons Park, and the tickets, these aren't cheap. £43.50 per person, which I've got to say isn't cheap. And if you were booking on the day or turning up on the day, it is £58.50 each, so it's not cheap. But yeah, that is how much it is. So yeah, that's Paultons Park. Yeah, now moving on, there is a couple more parks. These are smaller ones that generally aren't talked about that much. So yeah, the next park I'm talking about is one that doesn't ever really get talked about, and that is Twin Lakes. Now, I believe this park also does have the same rule of Gulliver's, that you need someone under the age of 16 or 18 to visit, so do be aware of that. Anyway, that is open from Saturday the 10th. And you can check on their website for more information. So yeah, Wheelgate Park then, which is owned by the same company as Twin Lakes, that is open from Saturday the 10th as well. As you can see there, that's the price for 3 people. And I think tickets are just over £12 or £13 for that one. Woodlands in near Totnes in South Devon, that is also open from Saturday the 10th, and tickets are just under £14 for that event. Yeah, so all of those parks are open as well. I'm actually now going to be using a website called Coast to Coaster, because yeah, when I've thought of sort of the main parks and checked through some of them, and I'm looking for somewhere to go, I always used to use RCDB, which is like a roller coaster database. But recently I was watching a Your Experience guide video, and they had a recommendation on this Coast to Coaster website, and I found that, and it's really useful. So I just thought I'd give them credit for putting it in their video, because before I'd just go through RCDB and I'd basically try and look at where different parks are. and it's basically one map of the world and where all the roller coasters are. So this is really useful, and you can just sort of look around this where you are, and you can find roller coasters, then check if the parks will open. So yeah, I just thought I'd show you this. It's really useful. If I just go sort of hover over it, really. Obviously I can't look at every single individual little park in the UK, it would take forever. But yeah, I'd recommend just checking out this Coast to Coaster website, having a look near you. Like, I know, say you live in down here on the south coast, you could have a look, find Hayling Island, Portsmouth, Selsey. They've all got little amusement parks, and it's just really useful. So yeah, just before I go, I thought I'd mention a couple of European theme parks. The first one is Plopsaland Pan. Now that is open every weekend throughout the year, and Efteling, which I believe is the same, open every weekend throughout the year. Yeah, as for mainland Europe, they're not actually that much better than the UK, but they have got a couple of big major theme parks. So I just thought I'd mention that before the end of the video. Yes, that is all for this video. But yeah, I just thought I'd put it out there because it's quite hard to find places to go in the middle of winter. So yeah, I hope this video has helped. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.